This is obviously a black man. He's obviously a black man. Okay? And we're going to look at more pictures of this particular black man. And then we're going to talk about this particular black man. But before we do, I want to go to Wikipedia. We're going to look at the Arab slave trade. And I'm going to read this. Arab slave trade. The Arab slave trade was the practice of slavery in the Arab world, mainly in Western Asia, North Africa, East Africa, and certain parts of Europe, such as Iberia and Sicily, during their period of domination by Arab leaders. The trade was focused on the slave markets of the Middle East, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. People traded were not limited to a certain race, ethnicity, or religion, and included Arabs and Berbers. I'm going to make another video talking about Berbers too, because there's a lot of mythology about Berbers that I want to dispel also. But right now we're going to focus on Arabs, especially during the trade's early days. So in other words, Arabs enslaved other Arabs, Berbers, and it was not limited to race. During the 8th and 9th centuries of the Fatimid Caliphate, most of the slaves were Slavic Eastern Europeans, called Saqaliba. However, slaves were drawn from a wide variety. Oh, by the way, if you look at the etymology of the word slave, what does it say? Most of the slaves during the 8th and 9th centuries of the Fatimid Caliphate, most of the slaves were Slavic Eastern Europeans, white people. Most of them. And the word slave, actually, if you look at the etymology of it, that is where it comes from. It goes back to the root word for Slavic and the phrase that they were called Slavs or slave. There were so many that were enslaved. That's why the word evolved, slave. However, slaves were drawn from a wide variety of regions that included Mediterranean peoples, Persians, Turkic peoples from the Caucasus Mountains, regions such as Georgia, Armenia, and Circassia, white people again, and parts of Central Asia and Scandinavia, English, Dutch, and Irish, white again, Berbers from North Africa, and various other peoples of varied origins as well as those of African origins. Okay, let me jump down to what's important because I don't want to go through this whole thing. The famous 9th century Muslim author Al-Jahiz, an Afro-Arab and the grandson of a Zanj slave, wrote a book entitled Risalat Mufakharat al-Sudan ala al-Bidan, Treatise on the Superiority of Blacks over Whites, in which he states that blacks have conquered the country of the Arabs as far as Mecca and have governed them. We defeated Du Nawas, Jewish king of Yemen, and killed all the Himyarite princes, but you, white people, have never conquered our country. Our people, the Zincs, Negroes, revolted 40 times in the Euphrates, driving the inhabitants from their homes and making Obala a bath of blood. Okay? And that was the famous 9th century Muslim author Al-Jahiz, an Afro-Arab. Okay? He also wrote, blacks are physically stronger than no matter what other people. A single one of them can lift stones of a greater weight and carry burdens such as several whites could not lift nor carry between them. They are brave, strong, and generous, as witness their nobility and general lack of wickedness. Okay, and the only point of any of this is that there's a lot of misconceptions about Arabs and what an Arab is. And the reason I started the video focusing on this man right here is because he is an Arab. Okay? And he is a very famous Arab.